Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the Wargaming Guy, and this is part 2 of our Barbarossa Fun little experiment, I guess you'd call it, in Strategic Command. If you missed the first one, you might want to go back and check it out. I just decided, you know what, I want to take the 1941 scenario in Strategic Command, which I haven't played, and let's just see how well it models Barbarossa. Now, I forgot when I was doing that, of course, that it covers the entire European war. So when I figured that out, I thought, well, okay, we'll play it through. But we're going to end this when Barbarossa ends, which is when the offensive petered out in front of Moscow. And so there's only going to be 4 videos. I've already recorded all of them, and I'm doing the voiceover on these. So I actually did some of these at work on my lunch break. I wasn't recording because at first I didn't even know if I was going to show you guys this. But it turned out to be pretty interesting. So I thought, yeah, why not? Let's have some fun with it. So that's what we're doing here. You can see here I'm going ahead and trying to upgrade some of my naval forces. And here we go to the front. And as you can see, we've moved forward there. We're also got North Africa, which I kind of forgot. A couple of turns I think I missed. But I really like the North Africa campaign in Strategic Command. I wish that you could just play North Africa with nothing else, but tweak the reinforcements a little bit depending on what you do with Malta and things like that. Because the reason I like it is, first of all, I tend to like scenarios with small numbers of units because it's really unforgiving. I mean, if you make a mistake and lose a unit on the Eastern Front in Strategic Command, well, you know, it's not good, certainly, but it's not going to kill you. But in North Africa, it might. And if you lose a couple, you're really in trouble, especially as the Axis player. Now, the Allied player, as you can see here, and if you've ever played, you know, has more units than the Axis, but still pretty unforgiving. So it's more like a chess game. It's I just find it really challenging and fun to play, even though if you watched Churchill's War, you know that I didn't do a good job at all in that as the as the Allied. But hey, you know, you can't win them all. But it does give you the possibility to really suffer a major defeat, all out of proportion to history. You can also win a huge victory, all out of proportion to history. And you can see here, we're trying to get to hold off the British while we surround and take Tobruk. So here I'm checking out what I've got built in terms of what will be coming up in the Med and for the naval forces, and of course the air forces. Because you can build units here. So I thought, you know, I wasn't even thinking of that when I started this. Like I said, I was just thinking of Barbarossa, but why not? Let's build up some units. Let's play around, and let's just see what might have happened, what you could do in just Barbarossa. Will Strategic Command model that campaign with a fair amount of accuracy? And the rest of everything that you see here in Eastern Europe and North Africa and the U-boat campaign, that's just fluff or icing on the cake, I guess you could say. Although, like I said, I really enjoyed the North African campaign. So here we go. We're reinforcing some of the Italians because we're going to want to bring them up and get a couple of them, at least in North Africa. And we're going to try to get rid of this partisan that popped up last turn. You got to get on those partisans fast, man, because you do not want them to start growing like mushrooms all over the place. It can be a pain in the neck. And here I am checking to see where the partisans go. That's why you saw the units flashing on and off. You can do that, which is convenient and certainly something that the Germans didn't have available to them in the Second World War. So here we are moving forward. This, of course, the Southern Front, which is always a huge challenge in any Barbarossa campaign. You've got too much front to cover and not enough units to do it. That's true for the Russians. It's extraordinarily true for the Germans. And there we go. We wiped that out. So we're moving forward, pushing on. And what I'm going to try and do here is, you know, keep things clear and really drive hard for Kiev, while at the same time trying to sort of slash across the front and pocket or destroy as many units as possible. Now, here's this guy. We got him all cut off, but he's kind of not in a good spot. Just sitting out there. But we did capture that town. So we're going to move forward, and sure enough, there's a Russian unit there. So that's going to, yeah, that'll stop us from moving forward. Go ahead and hit him. But, see, we took a loss there, too. That's not good. You can see there's Kiev. So we're making fairly good progress, actually. But I decided to go back and take this guy on, which may have been a mistake. But, maybe not. So, all right, let's send him up there. Sure enough, there's another unit. You can pretty much count on if there's a city ahead of you, the Russians will probably have something in it. Not always, of course, but something. So we'll send our armor up there and start hammering away. Because we're not, you wouldn't call it the outskirts of Kiev, but we're certainly getting in the region of Kiev there. As you can see here, cut off those Russian units, and we're hammering them and trying to eliminate them as much as possible. But it's not easy. They're in tough terrain, and these are, of course, not German troops. These are Axis allied, minor allies. So, yeah, they're just not quite that good. Nevertheless, you got to have them in this game, and they can be helpful. So, keep the HQs moving forward. That's also very important, obviously, in this game. And here we are. We're at the outskirts of Minsk. We've arrived at Minsk, but we have not taken it yet. So we've still got one unit pocketed down there. Well, we did. Now we don't. Boom, it's gone. Now it's time for Army Group Center to really start to roll on its southern half or southern flank of Army Group Center. And we want to see, can we reach there? No, we can't do it. Oh, no. So we'll move our air up, so we'll have it available next turn. This guy can, though. And he actually has some Soviet interceptors. What do you know? The Soviet Air Force is still flying, at least partially. And so we'll resolve all that and decide what we're going to do here with Minsk. So let's pull around to cut off at least one of the rail lines. Pull him up here and start the attack. Trying to figure out a way to do this without, losing too much of my armored mechanized units. I mean, the armored units obviously have the biggest punch, but, it's hard to replace those. Bam! Minsk is ours. As soon as I find somebody that will go, there we go. Bloom, look at that. Blitzed all the way up there. Outskirts of Smolensk. And we're getting close to that. There's the Dnieper River. But that's always a hard thing to cross. So we're going to keep driving forward. And you'll notice the Russians, as they always do, down here in the Puripit swamps, they've got guys down on the southern flank that they're always hard to dig out. Meanwhile, up here, the northern part of Army Group Center, we're trying to clear some terrain here, cut the units off or kill them, and keep driving forward as we aid Army Group North in their drive north to Leningrad. Again, it looks simple on a map. You just draw arrows and it's really simple. But, of course, in real life it wasn't. And here it's not that simple either. Now, you see over here, this is the interesting thing. Over here on the Gulf of Riga, where we've got the one German unit facing off with the Soviet unit over there, this, like I said in the last video, is going to be a problem. And I did not handle this well because it actually ended up really slowing down part of Army Group North. And Army Group North is so undermanned that you really can't afford to do without a couple of units, It's just, there, Riga Falls. Can I get it? Yes, I got it. All right. So pull this guy up to attack here. And see, look at him retreat that way. You don't want them to retreat that way. But he did. So now I've got this little pocket down here. I can't just leave them alone. So I've got to do something. But I don't have a lot of units down there. I can't afford to peel off many units because I got to keep going north. So what do? Well, you can see the two infantry units are going to end up dealing with this, and it's a problem for me as I drive up north. Little prophecy there for you folks. Little glimpse into the future. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do that in real life? So we're going to pull the panzers back, actually, to get this cleared because that's a vital rail junction. Got to have it. All right, so we cleared that up. And now we're going to get the infantry rolling forward, or crawling forward in that case. And see what we can do. Gotta get these HQs up and spread out enough. That's another German problem. Not enough HQs for the frontage. The further east you go, the further you spread out, the bigger the problem is. And of course, HQs in this game are not cheap. They are extremely expensive. So it really is painful to buy one. I mean, you have to do it, of course, but man, it just hurts. Okay, so got a little bit of a better view of things here, backed off a level, so you can kind of see more of what's going on. As you can see, we're driving into Russia here pretty deeply. Now, down on the Romanian front, yeah, you can see that we have, we're doing okay here, but we're not doing fantastically, but we're doing all right, so we're slogging away. It's hard because the Romanian units are just not very good. Bless their hearts, they were poorly led, they were poorly equipped, they were poorly motivated. Once they got past Bessarabia, which was considered to be part of Romania, once that was done, yeah, the further east they went, the less excited the Romanians got. Can't really blame them for that either. Bam! All right, we got it. So that's taken. So we got another port here as we drive east. That's good. So here we go, continuing to push towards the Dnieper and the big bend in the river, of course, which is where you want to get to, but we got a ways to go there. We're just pushing our way across these rivers that lie in your path in the southern part of the front. Convenient little defensive lines for the Russians now and the Germans later. Although both did a poor job of holding them because of the frontages involved. There's just, too much land and not enough people. If you had enough people to man all that, you probably wouldn't be retreating. So, trying to figure out where to go next. What do we do? How do we do this? You can see it. Look how widely separated my units are. So you're already getting a sort of a premonition of what's coming in terms of the Soviet Union, the wideness of the front, and the fact that the Russians are going to, in most places, outnumber you. Got little partisans in France, but they're just blowing stuff up. It's no big thing. Can't really do much about it, I don't think. Certainly not worth putting a unit there. I mean, come on. We need our units in Russia. Or definitely a few units in North Africa, but France can just take care of itself for a while because we got some fish to fry. Big old fish in Russia. Once the Germans committed there, it was, it was either it's all or nothing. And turned out the Russians and the Germans got both. They got all of a brutal, horrible war, and the Germans certainly had nothing to show for it at the end. The Russians, of course, had a lot. So here the AI strengthening the units and trying to hold on. They're in a pretty good position here in the south. Up north, it's a little different now. Here we go in North Africa. And the air power strikes. And yes, I'm still going to say this. Air power in this game, they weakened it a bit. It needs to be weaker. There is no way. We see this here a little bit, and we see it in my most recent episode of Churchill's War, which I recorded, which hasn't seen the light of day yet, as I record this, and probably won't be when you see this, but either way, to have an air unit destroy an entire army in 2 blows is insane. That's just not, it's not possible. You got, 100,000 men? They're all wiped out or they're made combat effective in 2 strikes over, say, a week's period of time or something. Come on. It's not. No. I'm not buying it. But I do love air power, but I just think they need to do something with it. Shouldn't be allowed to totally destroy a unit with just air power. Let's put it that way. All right. So the battle goes on. As you can see, fighters are exchanging. The bombers are bombing, and we managed to survive that fairly intact. So that's good for us. But the British still hold Tobruk, That's not good for us because that's just a dagger pointing right into our back in the North African theater of war. As you can see here, the AI is playing around a little bit with the Royal Navy. They're not really doing anything to concern us. Looks like they may be doing a little scouting just to kind of see what's going on. Here we go. Here comes the armor for the Allies. Notice it pulls back out of danger when it fails to do much. A very smart move. It's a very frustrating move for us because we would like it in there so we can kill it. But either way, the important thing for the Axis is to kill Allied units in North Africa without getting any, or at least very, very few, of yours killed. That's the trick, because you're outnumbered. Here we go. Look at that. Let's get some artillery on the attacking Australians. They're probing out of the Tobruk perimeter. Pushed them back. That's nice. As you can see, we got the HQ on the front line there in Tobruk until we can get some of these other units, which I've brought up. A German unit and an Italian unit, I think, will be coming. So, yeah, here we go. Reinforcing. Even the partisans get reinforcements. And look at that. Another Allied unit. Not good. See, they pull back here. This is a problem. They're pulling me away from the main direction of the attack. So now you have a problem. Do you deal with that or not? Because if you just let them sit there, they can become a big problem. But if you put forces strong enough to wipe them out quickly, then you don't have enough troops to push forward. So, you're between two stools kind of a thing. How do you handle this? What do you do? And as you're going to see, I don't think I made a very good choice, quite frankly. But, it was the best one I could make at the time. So, there we go. Took care of that little deal. And checking things out. Yeah, here we go. Send the sub up here. I think it's a sub. By the way, I'm viewing this on a tiny little screen on my video editing software. Should have enlarged the screen, but I forgot, and now I'm started, so there you go. Don't want to stop it and start again. All right, let's bring up our heavy cruiser here. Yeah, let's see. Gonna see if we can upgrade. No, reinforce. There we go. And got a sub, so we want to get him going. Yep. Send him up. Let's send him north towards the Arctic supply route to Russia. We want to cut into Russia's number of MPPs Russia's getting, for sure. So, checking on these guys just to see what's happening. Want to give them a little bit of strength because we don't want the Allies to just do a little raid and cause a lot of problems. I don't think they would, but if they did and you're not ready for it, then you're in trouble. So don't want that to be happening. All right, let's see here. Let's reinforce that guy. And we're going to reinforce that guy. So clearly we're not doing much on the offense here for this turn. We're just trying to get ourselves set up for it. And we are going to go ahead and transport this guy down here. So let's send a ship down to check things out. Looks pretty clear. So let's bring him in. And we'll get him across to Tobruk slowly, but we'll get him there. Here comes the German infantry. Wait, no. Yes. Let's bring him up here. Hit the recon unit. Bam! Hit him again. Boom, he's gone. Awesome. Okay, that's one Western Desert Allied unit that is gone. That's good. Meanwhile, we'll strengthen our recon unit. The recon units are cool, but they die easily. Gotta watch them very carefully. And let's see. Yeah, let's pull him up here. And we're going to reinforce our Italian armor, which got chewed up a little bit. And might as well... No, not going to... Can we reinforce these guys? That's the question. It's not always possible, depending on your supply level. But these guys can be. They can also be upgraded, so we'll do that. So they have more punch to them. And let's see what happens here. Boom! No interceptors that time. Nice. We like that. And trying to figure out what we want to do. Yep, go ahead and hit him. With our anti-tank unit, which didn't do great, but I mean, it survived. It's okay, so that's all right. Kind of weird having an anti-tank unit attack infantry, but you can do it. I'm going to move the artillery over there so it can support either the attack on Tobruk or the main front. And now, let's see if we can get rid of this guy in the partisan party here in the Balkans. If at all possible. Come on, Garrison. No. All right, let's send you over. Yes, got him. Very good. And let's see. All right, here we go. Southern front. All right, I'm going to try and unhinge the front here so that we can push over the river and drive towards, of course, cutting off the Crimea and getting into that as we drive east. That's always a big thing there. There's a big old Russian armored unit there that's going to be a problem. So we're going to see if we can hurt him somehow. There we go. Cost us a little, but yeah, it's all right. Right now, we have the advantage. We can, but it's not going to last long. We know the Russians are going to be cranking out units like crazy very, very shortly. Oop, drove him back. That's good. And you can see the HQ that came into view. So now, what do we do? We go there. Yeah. I probably should have hit him with that one, but I didn't. And he can go forward. Very good. So we'll pull him up here. And bam. And we hurt ourselves too, but all right. That's the way it goes. Okay, let's pull our HQ up. Still can't supply these guys. And these guys are still holding out in the rear. Got him. Very nice. Okay, good. So we can take that city, which will be good for us. And we can eliminate a unit in our rear, which is really good for us. So now, what about wait a minute. Let's see. What should we do? We're going to swing around here and threaten to cut him off. See if that'll make a difference. Let's hit him with some air power. And now comes the armor. Boom. He is gone. All right. But we can't get into the city this turn. Darn it. Okay. This guy too. These guys. Bam. He's gone. Very nice. Very good. Very, very good. So let's get these guys up here. Let's get them moving. Boom. Hit him. But he's not going anywhere yet. All right, but now, bam. And yeah, we gotta take somebody through that city to actually take the city, guys. Take it. There, we got it. Okay. Yes, we don't want to just leave a little hole there in our supply chain. That's not what we need to be doing. So let's bam. He's gone. Excellent. So we can take that and push forward a little bit. Now we're nearing the outskirts of Kiev. Very close. That's good news. Very good. And now we're hitting resistance, like I said, here in the swampy territory as we try to push through to the Dnieper here. It's going to be tough. These guys, the terrain just really helps the Russians here. And the Germans, of course, are outrunning their supply lines now. So it's really starting to get dicey. But we're going to keep hammering away because that's all we know. We got to take this town so we can get up there. And yeah, I knew it. Darn it. Somebody there too. So I'm kind of trapped here. Strike and take the town. Yes, very good. So now the doorway to Smolensk is open. And sure enough, there's somebody in there, which was what we figured. So that's good that we're there. Let's open up our geez, my brain just totally turned off. Let's open up our thrust there a little bit, make it a little wider there. It's a little narrow. That makes me nervous. So you got that unit in the south there that could just chug right up that rail line and possibly choke it off. So we don't want that to happen. The last thing you need in Barbarossa is to have one of your main thrusts lose supply, even only for like a turn or two. It's just not good at all. And in fact is really bad, really bad. So, took a hit there, but we've cut that rail line. That's good. Got to keep hammering away where we can. All right, let's bring this armored unit up here. We want to break through here, push these guys back if we can. Open up the front, keep the front between Army Groups North and Center relatively, not straight, but relatively uniform, I guess you could say. Now, here we go. So, now, here's the problem we talked about. See, I got to come down here first, and I can't even get there because the terrain's so awful. This guy's weak, and he needs help. So now I can't attack. So I'm wasting a turn, and I'm moving in the wrong direction. Not good. I mean, it's still, the glory days are still here. Yeah, man, we're blitzing along, singing a song. But, oh, look at there. Yeah, so we got Russians in a town on the other side of the river. Not going to be an easy nut to crack. And now, which way do the panzers go? So we're going to send them up here towards Pskov. And somebody's there waiting for us, digging in even as we speak. And look at Army Group North. You've got 2 units there, 1 unit there, 2 units there. We're getting the air power to come up, but clearly this is not good. I mean, we've only got like, 1, 2, 3, like 4 units on the front line. That's crazy. How are we supposed to get to Leningrad doing that? So we're in trouble here. But I don't see that I had any choice, because if I didn't do that, then those units could push back up and try and threaten the rail line or threaten Riga. So it's like, this is what makes any game, I think, any war game, and this game in particular, Strategic Command, fun to play, is it puts you in that situation where you have to make a choice. And sometimes there's not a good choice. So then you have to make sort of the least bad choice, right? The lesser of two evils, which is exactly what military commanders do all the time in war. Business people do it all the time in business. And it's, it's easy to look at when you're reading a book and say, well, they should have done this, that, and the other thing. But when you're in the moment, it's not so easy to see that and to say that. And definitely for me in that case, I felt like we had to clear our flank, but it came at a price. But then again, in war, everything comes with a price. So here we go. Are we going to try and get rid of this guy? Well, that didn't work too good. Let's see. Move these guys up, maybe. Yeah, it's that pesky armored unit that's just giving us fits here. But this is not unusual. Usually this line down here on this end of the front is pretty strong. Good terrain, rivers, cities. Yeah, it makes it pretty tough. All right, so what can we buy? What should we buy? What do you think? And can we buy it in time to get it? Who knows? Because remember, we're only playing this to the end of Barbarossa. But I thought, what the heck? I mean, in real life, they weren't thinking that, so they were producing units whenever they could, so why not? Kind of figure out your plan and run with it and just see how it works out. So, trying to figure out what I can afford here. There we go. That just might fit my budget. Maybe not. What about that? It's just like going shopping, guys. It's like actually shopping for a new computer. Can I get this? Can I get the 1 terabyte drive? Can I get the SSD? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now, time to let the AI take a whack at me and see what it'll do. Okay, that's nice. And here's the MPP collections. This video, by the way, is going to be longer than usual. I thought of chopping it up, but it's just a lot more work for me. So what the heck? Ah, yes, they retreated. That's good. That's what we like. Of course, all they're doing is running back to dig in somewhere else. Oh, like right there. So now you got 2 units facing you on the river line. But, at this point, I'll take what I can get. And then, of course, they have these guys dig in where they are to slow us down. They're like the forlorn hope. They're going to die in place or fight really hard in place. They can't win, but if they can slow us down, then they've accomplished their goal. All right. Air war here going on in Africa. Oh, now they're hitting our units. Look out. Come on, escorts, do your job. That's what we want to see. And, all right. Came through that pretty well. Ah, here we go. Boom. Okay, well, that didn't work too good either. Ah, but they're not giving up. Italian interceptors. Got the British escorts. Dogfight going on over the desert floor. And the Italians are getting chopped up pretty bad. But the ground troops are all right. So we're still holding the British pretty much where they started. And the destroyer found one of our subs, 2 of our subs. And he's going to... Oh, there we go. We retreated. Just 1 sub. Sorry. And look at this. Little naval action by the Russians. That's a little unusual. You don't see that too often. Speaking of which, here we go in the Baltic. We got some good stuff going on. All kinds of fun happening here. That's good. We like it. Gotta have fun. Right? Right. There we go. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't let them get you. We got to slow them down a little bit. Slow them down just a bit. There we go. And we're in the English Channel, and they're still kind of just dinking around there, not doing much of anything, which is good for me. Very good, actually. Because we got enough going on. Look at this. Sending infantry out, way out on the flank. Trying to flank us. And he ran into some tough stuff here. Look at that. The anti-tank unit did good against infantry. Usually, of course, it doesn't do as well against infantry. Here's my arty. Now it's pounding on 2 different attacks. That's good. Oh, hit the HQ, but we're all right. They're fighting back a little bit. Getting a little rowdy now. And here we go. Oop, pull the armor back so it can get resupplied. I'm sure, reinforced. I'm sure it can't probably do much in the way of being reinforced way out there. This thing about the desert, too, of course. You get very far off that coast road, you're not getting much. Not much is happening to you. That's good, I suppose you could put it that way. You're not getting much in the way of supplies, that's for sure. Or reinforcements. So here we go. Yeah. And look at this. Ooh, 2 garrisons. Wow. Exciting. Actually, we want the garrison units. They're cheap, and you can put them places and help fend off partisans, which is what I'm thinking here might be a good thing to do. Because that's the other aspect of the Russian campaign, of course, that just as the Axis player can drive you bonkers is the amount of... And see, I forgot to move this guy down and take the Russian base that the Finns took when they joined the Axis. drive you bonkers is the amount of partisans that the AI gets. Seems like the AI has a lot more partisans than I get when I play the Russians. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. All right, let's take a crack at this. And no, maybe not. Oop, boom. And yeah, okay, let's see if we can take care of the light cruiser, maybe. All right. Maybe not. Yeah. Really don't have anybody else. Well, we can bring this guy up, maybe. No, let's upgrade him. Yes. Make him more effective. And out here, yeah, let's get the Italians moving up here. Of course, you got to go through the whole reinforce your air power, guys. Because every turn they're getting, beat up by the Desert Air Force. Here we go. There we go. Let's reinforce them. Get ready for next turn or this turn. And yeah, let's hit them with some artillery. Bam! Nice. Now, what can we do here? Boom. He pulls back. Now, what do we do? Do we go for him? Yes, we do. And boom, we eliminated him. Cha-ching. That is 2 Allied units we've eliminated. Now I want to pull him back because I don't want that anti-tank unit to rip him up. So we'll pull some infantry up here, which should deal with the anti-tank unit better. And here come the Italians. We're going to put them, kind of want to put them somewhere where they can be used next turn to jump out and really hit somebody if that's possible. And now let's take a look at trying to take Tobruk. If we can take Tobruk, then that's going to be good. Boom. Yeah, okay, so both sides lost on that. Not much happened there. Can we hurt this guy? We're trying to look and see. Not really too much going on. Yeah, go ahead and we just exchanged blows on that. It's hard to know. Like I say, every little decision you make in the desert counts. So you really think it through in ways that you don't, unless you really take a lot of time playing, you don't do on the Russian front. And that's my other thing as a player. It's a weakness, I'm sure, but I can't play that slow all the time. It just drives me crazy. All right, so now look at this. They retreated a little bit, so let's drive. No, wait, maybe not, he said. Yes, we got to get the armor guy. We need to kill the armor. But this guy needs to be reinforced. Not good, because we would have rather have attacked, but hey, let's swing over here. No, we could swing over there. Wait, yeah, let's do it, and let's attack that air unit. Meanwhile, we'll move up and attack the air unit and eliminate it. Yes, that's nice. That's always good. Here we go. Continuing to pull forward, get my guys up here. Try and keep the air units fairly close. HQ's close. Everything, coherent, close together. Although some of these guys move so slow, man. It's like poke, poke, poke. All right, we got to get this guy out of the way because he's starting to be a problem in terms of advancing on Kiev. Meanwhile, speaking of a problem, come on. All right, go back and kill. Kill him. Destroy. No, not yet. All right, forget that. We'll let them worry about it. We have got to drive east. We don't have much time. Can't be dinking around here. So what do we do? I can't move him. Should I pull him over there? Hard to say. Didn't work too good. All right. We'll just bring my Panzer up and bash him. So what happens when you get a little impatient, and you can see I'm paying for it as the Panzer took hits, which is not good. So now the infantry comes up, and bam. So he's still there. So that was not like the greatest thing ever. Oh, yeah, of course. We knew there'd be somebody there, and there they are. Ooh, and I got hit because I pulled up too fast. But at least I know they're there. So now we can begin to arrange the attack upon Kiev. Let's move this up here. Come on, guys. I'm getting force march this dude up here. Dude. I'm calling my units dudes now. I don't know. And we'll get the HQ to come up and see how things are going. And you get this huge expanse, this big wedge into the German lines, but of course there's nobody really in there, almost certainly. So now here we are at Smolensk. What do we do? Oh, wait, we can't reach Smolensk. Whoa, that's not good. Wait, what? We can't reach them? It's not good. All right, let's attack these guys. Got to attack somebody. It's attack time. We got to attack. Attack, attack, attack. And that's Operation Barbarossa if you're the German, pretty much. Drive, cut them off. Keep attacking, attacking, attacking. There we go. So, boom, over the river. I'm going to get over the river. That's very important. Get those beachheads established. But we still got this guy right down there in the south that could drive into the flank, so that's a problem. And this guy in Smolensk is dug in. Let's swing around and cut him off a little bit. See what we can do. Oh, took a hit. Not good. Good, avoided a hit that time. All right, let's bring the infantry up. Come on, let's get him. No, we can't. All right, so this guy's from the north has to be pushed back because he's also a threat to the flank of our advance through Smolensk to Orel and then on to Moscow. So that's not good. Got to also take care of him. It's always something, man. Always something. But I'm actually, as I played through this, I was very impressed with how the system, the game system, modeled this and handled it. This feels pretty much like Barbarossa did, I think. It's obviously it's not perfect, and of course it's not exactly the same as history because I'm not doing exactly the same thing, and because combat results are done with odds, not all the results are the same. But I think that in general, if you look at how it models the initial blitz in Barbarossa and the slow build-up of Russian strength and the wearing down of the Wehrmacht as they move forward, I think it does great. So that's my 2 cents worth. Boom, cut him off. That's good. Kill him, man. He should have been gone a long time ago. Get rid of him. Come on. Come on, get him. Taking more casualties, which, yes, finally. You gotta watch these these units you cut off. They can sneak right over and cut you off. If you've been watching Churchill's War, you've seen that happen to me in Churchill's War. Gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5 times at least. All right, here we go. Moving into the attack, which is great, but unfortunately we're attacking the wrong direction. And to get up to where that guy is that we just used, we got to go back south and then back up north. It's just not good. Okay, so I knocked on the door up there, and that certainly didn't seem to do much. Again, it's the river. It's like either way you go, it's tough. Here, look at this. I got 1 unit stacked up against 2 Russian units. I'm attacking. I'm outnumbered. We got another unit sitting right there. It's crazy. Army Group North is underpowered and outmanned at this point. So something needs to be done, my friends. Something will have to be done to resolve this issue. Okay, so now we're going to check around for other things. And look, we have units that we could send to the Eastern Front, but let's get them upgraded and re-strengthened. And now as we close out the video, we're going to do a little subbing. We're going to get this guy closer up to the Arctic sublines, and we'll do a little something in the south. But I just want to say this is the Wargaming Guy thanking you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this little experiment. I really enjoyed playing it. I was just having fun, but here it is. Check it out. We got 2 more videos, and we are done. So this is not going to be a long, drag-out thing, even though this video is quite long compared to most of mine. So But I do appreciate you guys watching and being here. So until next time, take care, everybody, and I will see you later.